Hello again, high school football fans. I'm Jody Norstead, and welcome to this week's announcement of the North Dakota high school football top performers and, of course, our Midco Sports Network Game Ball winner, sponsored by North Dakota Farmers Union Insurance. If you were at a football game on Friday night, odds are you had to deal with one of the following: rain, hail, lightning delay, tornado warning, maybe even a mountain lion on the loose. Yes. Thankfully, the folks in Velva are all right after that scare on Friday afternoon. But seriously, give yourself a pat on the back if you sat through a delay or had to brave the elements, because it was pretty nasty. It actually forced many games to finish Saturday or even on Monday. But rain or shine, we still had a game ball on the line. And here's the list of 10 that were so close to winning one of these. We kick off our list of top performers with a cowboy baby. Zach Anderson of Killdeer Halliday passed for 137 yards and 2 scores, while also rushing for a $120 and a touchdown in the 28-6 win over Heart River. The Cowboys could be a bit of a dark horse right now. They lost to Class 2A Hazen in the opener and have suffered a loss to a really good Bowman County squad. They get a shot to spoil Shiloh Christian's perfect season on Friday. Speaking of perfect season, Oscar Benson and Hillsborough Central Valley have defeated the second-ranked team in the state in consecutive weeks and look poised to run the table right now in Class 2A. After a quiet performance against St. Mary's, Benson, the NDSU commit, carried the ball 9 times for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns in the victory at Beulah on Friday. Defense doesn't get the love it deserves sometimes on our top performers list, mainly because we don't get defensive stats sent our way a lot of times. But we were there to witness West Fargo's Marcus Gully in person on Friday, and he took over the game at times against Fargo South. The 6'3", 195-pound linebacker piled up 9.5 tackles, 7 of those solo, and 2 of them for loss. He was hitting people all over the place. The Packers had 12 tackles for loss, holding that explosive Bruins offense to a measly 7 points. Gully now leads the conference in tackles with 31.5 through 4 games. He also added a trio of catches for 58 yards. He has multiple NSIC offers and will be key if West Fargo wants to pull off the upset of second-ranked Cheyenne on Friday night in the big rivalry showdown. Staying in the EDC, Shanley's Talon Hoffer had a big performance in the victory over Grand Forks Central, catching 9 passes for a whopping 170 yards and 2 scores. The senior captain also added a pick on defense. Hoffer's big numbers pushed him into a tie for first place in receiving yards in the EDC with Cheyenne's Tyler Terhark, who we'll talk about in a moment. Next, it's the young man that has Finley-Sharon-Hope-Page soaring up the 9-man rankings lately. I'm going to start calling him Lumberjack Irie because he's chopping down teams left and right. The 6'1", 210-pound UND commit took 16 handoffs and churned out 222 yards, reaching the end zone 4 times in the punishing 50-28 win at Richland. Props to his running mate, Blake Jacobson, for also rushing for around 200 yards and 2 scores. The undefeated Spartans can inch closer to locking up a region title with a win on Friday night against 4-1 Lemoore Litchfield Marion. Shiloh Christian is in the driver's seat for the Class A Region 4 crown after knocking off New Salem Glen Ullin 30-8 in Holstein Country. After a half-hour delay, Brayden Keene provided a jolt for the Skyhawks. Keene carried the ball 5 times for 108 yards and a score, while also hauling in a 35-yard touchdown pass to go with an interception on defense. Keene and the Skyhawks are 5-0 and host Killdeer on Friday. Now, we like to profile the Hogs every so often, and the big men in Lisbon deserve the accolade this week after paving the way for 477 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. The Broncos averaged over 11 yards per carry. Jordan Sowers and Hunter Schultz were bringing the thunder to the thunder of Ellendale Edgeley Column all night in the 50-22 win. Minot's Peyton Fillion was virtually untouchable in Dickinson. The WDA's leading rusher nearly doubled his season totals in one night, rushing for 276 yards and a trio of touchdowns in the 48-20 win. Fillion will be key this week as the Magi try to keep the Century offense off the field. We'll see if the Magicians can ride their new magic carpet out there to a win against the top-ranked Patriots. Speaking of those Patriots, Cody Sorenson showed why it's a bad idea for teams to try to beat them through the air. The Century senior stepped up big time against Williston on Friday by getting not one, not two, but 3 interceptions, including one that he took back for 6 points. Minot might want to avoid Sorenson Island this week. Well, here's your other co-leader for receiving yards in the EDC. Tyler Terhark scored a couple of tutties on Friday. Not sure if that lingo is still all the rage right now, but figured I'd try. The Bison commit did that on 5 catches for 89 yards in his future home stadium, the Fargo Dome, against Fargo North. Terhark will have a battle this week going against a West Fargo secondary that just held Fargo South's leading receiver, Bless Flomo, without a catch this past Friday. So that's a look at our top performers, but where is this game ball going? I'll tell you where it's going. This baby will have a shipping label addressed to Velva because junior running back Gage Florence is a no-doubter for this week's elusive top honor. The All-State running back navigated his way through the third-ranked Bishop Ryan Lions defense for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns on 25 carries, helping get revenge from last year's 1-point overtime loss to Bishop Ryan. This win was massive though because it's a top 5 victory and it'll likely end up being the unofficial region championship game. So congrats to Gage and the Aggies. Gonna need to make some room next to that penny trophy in the trophy case because you have a MidcoSN Game Ball coming your way. Big thanks again to our sponsor for the Game Ball, Farmers Union Insurance, and we are looking forward to another fantastic episode of Varsity Sports Live on Friday night, 10:30 to 11:30. We have more huge matchups from both sides of the state that we'll be bringing right into your living room. So make sure to tune in 10:30 on Midco Sports Network. Thanks for watching.